It's a beautiful day, Alabaster. There is a aroma in the air, and have we got a show for you. We are back for another inside look at the inner workings of our city. We're here with Bill Atkinson and Fred Hawkins. Fred, tell us your title.
I am the Director of Infrastructure and Public Services for the City of Alabaster, which includes the Environmental Services Department.
And Bill is our Environmental Services Manager. We're going to talk to you in a minute. You're going to give us all this information that we need to know. But we want to start with you, Fred, and give us a little overview of where we are and what services are provided here.
Okay. Well, basically, the Environmental Services Department is really responsible for taking all the waste, the sanitary sewer waste from your home when you take showers, use the bathroom, and whatnot, through a collection system, which brings all of that sewage to the sewage treatment plant, which is where we are right now.
Right.
And we have a permit through ADEM where we treat that sewage and we clean it up and we put it back in the creek, in Buck Creek, and we put it in there cleaner than the creek itself, actually.
Wow.
And it's very regulated. It's the ADEM regulates all kinds of things in that treatment process, and so we have to have a lab and test everything properly and make sure it's clean and ready to go to Pelham, our next door neighbor.
Interesting. I think we're going to look a little more at maybe some demonstrations of this and get a little more inside info for that. But I want to switch over to Bill right now. Now, you see all these screens behind us, and there's a lot of dots and lines and audit. Tell us what it is.
Yeah, it's a little techy, you know. We got so this is where we monitor our lift stations throughout the city, and it's real simple. If it's green, it's good. If it's red, it's got an issue, a high level alarm, something like that, and then it'll automatically alert a technician, and they'll go out and check the lift station. And then we have the SCADA system for the wastewater treatment plant, and it's basically the same thing. If it's green, it's good. If it's red, something has failed. And then over here we have our GIS map where we have all the sewer lines in the city on this map here. And it basically, when we inspect a sewer line, it'll we can color code those sewer lines as well. So red is bad, green is good, and then we'll you know, put a repair or maintenance schedule together to fix any issues we have in the sewer system.
So obviously, I'm sure there's a lot more you could tell us about this and get real techie on us, right,
Yeah.
Bill? But this is kind of just an overview. So if you were wondering if they're just like going on a wing and a prayer here, they are not. There is so much that goes into what is happening within the city and our sewer system. Now, I think you guys can show us a little bit more. So let's go take a look at some other stuff, okay?
Okay. Good idea.
All right, Fred, we've got a little demonstration here you're going to show us about how you're inspecting things in the sewer lines.
Right. This is one of our environmental services camera trucks that puts a fancy little rover camera down inside the sewer line. And we're going to watch this one in action today. And this is how we inspect our sewers. So we're going to watch it roll in. And then you're going to see up on the screen what it's saying inside the pipe. So this is what you're going to see.
Did you do that just for us, Fred?
And so, yeah, with this camera equipment, you know, our goal is we want to put a video camera in our sewer lines, and we want to get a video of every bit of our sewer system once every 5 years at a minimum. So then we can find any problems, any repairs we need to make. The main goal is to eliminate infiltration into the line, so the groundwater comes in and we have to treat that groundwater. It's very expensive. But we also find things like roots that clog up the sewer system and things like that. And so the camera is really our first line of defense in finding problems that are inside our sewer lines.
Obviously, in a city that is growing like Alabaster is, our services have to grow with it. So what's going on here?
That's right. We're currently under an expansion project, which should end at the end of June. And we're expanding our capabilities from a collections system. So we have a place to put all our equipment. So you can see all the pole barns. We have a sludge storage bay that we're doing. We've got a lot of space that we can store extra pumps and different things like that we need.
Yeah.
And we're also planning to expand from a 7.6 million gallons per day plant to a 9.2 million gallons per day plant. So
Wow.
with all the subdivisions and houses come more sewage. So we're ready for that, and we're expanding to keep up with the growth.
All right, well, let's go take a look at some of those gallons right now.
All right.
All right, guys, I need you to tell me what in the world is happening out here.
Well, this is our main pump station. It's the headworks to our plant. So all the sewer from the city comes in right here and enters the plant. And we have 3 pumps. This is one of them right here that are down at the bottom of this hole. It's about 30 feet deep. And these pump the sewage up to the top of the plant so they can flow through the plant
And clean it up.
and clean it up.
All right, let's go to the top. Well, Bill, I was not fully prepared for what is taking place up here, and I'm going to need some info.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely not chocolate milk, even though it looks like it. This is where we start our biological process by adding air to the microorganisms to help them break down the organic matter. And then it'll move on to a slower tank where the solids will settle out, and we'll take the clear water off the top, run it through a 10-inch sand filter, and then through a UV disinfection, and then we'll put it back in the creek after that.
And you said that the water going back into the creek is cleaner than the actual creek water.
Yes, yes.
So we can take comfort in that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to see that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can take a drink of the water that's leaving the plant if you want to. Just
I really,
taste it.
I don't think I want to, but I'm glad to know that I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
It won't hurt you.
Yeah. All right. So now here we are at our last line of defense. Basically, we started at the top. Lots goes on in between, I'm sure, though, right, Bill?
Yes, we go through several steps to help filter the water, get the solids out of the water, and then this is the last step where we disinfect the bacteria in the water. So the water's disinfected and then released into the creek after this.
So this last line of defense here is what's getting everything out before our final stop, right?
That's right. This is the last thing it goes through. It's kind of like a tanning bed. It has some ultraviolet lights. We just put this in about a year ago. It's about a $3 million project. And this is what fries all the bacteria. It's in use instead of chlorine, and it fries everything else that's remaining in the sewer before it goes into the creek.
All right, well, let's go check out the creek. Okay, this is our final stop on our sewage tour. But this is so crazy to me because what you are telling me is we went from that chocolate milk water to this in our creek, right, Fred?
That's right. Yep. We actually, you can see the difference. The water coming out is much clearer than the creek itself. It's crystal clear. We have to test it right before it leaves for all kinds of stuff. And this is really the cleanest water you'll find. It's much cleaner than the creek itself.
So we're okay if we need to take a little dip on a hot day.
You can swim here. You can drink it if you want to. I wouldn't, but
yeah, I will pass on the drinking of the water, but it is incredible to see the process of all the technology that goes into what's happening underground in our city and you monitoring it to it coming in, the cleaning that goes on, and then the final product out here. Very interesting.
it really is beautiful and clean.
I want to thank you guys so much for introducing us to this topic that some may not be aware, but it's actually very interesting. And I love that our city takes such great care to make sure that we are safe and that things are healthy for us. Guys, I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.